Hello folks, and just to prove I haven't keeled over in a bucket somewhere, or even kicked it, here I am, in the back cave, and welcome to you all. Just a wee sort of update. I've been a bit, well, life's been getting in the way as it does, but more than that, as some of you might be aware, I've been spending a lot of time, hang on, just shush, yes, there we are. I've been spending a lot of time on the multiplayer servers with a certain young lad called Species, and maybe I was going to say Ratram, but that's a bit harsh calling her a young lad. She's a nice lassie, so, well, she puts up with me, so there's got to be something good about her. And various other people have popped up, and it's just great. It's just absolutely having a ball. I've spent a wee bit of time on 15. I did a server and that was great, and then 17 never quite. Every time I went to multiplayer, just didn't quite grab. Oh, this has grabbed me. This has definitely grabbed me. So, I'm just going to leave you looking at the money in the corner, and you can think I'm doing an excellent job and everybody's happy. We'll not look at the other red stuff because there's quite a lot of red numbers. But hey, we're getting there. Sooty Farmer appeared on, and I. Well, I said deputised, that's not the right word, is it? No. Contractified, I believe, is the terminology we've now settled on. So he was contractified, and he did a power of work. Absolute power of work, so thank you very much, sir. And here we are at the first harvest that I'm going to do. May or may not treat you to all of it. But I just thought I'd let you know. And the other thing I have been doing is I've been going through, well, my main passion. Farm Sim's nice and it keeps me going, and it's my comfy chair, if you understand that terminology. But my passion, apart from big numb diesel engines, is slightly smaller but far more shoutier whizzy ones, and some of the sims that I do, R Factor 2, Race Room and all that, I've been getting lots of updates recently, and I got absolutely lost last night. Now, the next one I'm planning on doing is a Group C in R Factor 2. I have a question for those who may bother to watch. I've been involved one way or another with R Factor 1 and R Factor and R Factor 2 since they were both in quite early beta. Now, it is a niche market. I can just dive in and say, this is Group C, quick blather and often do some laps, which is my usual format. Or if you're interested, there'll be just a few minutes to give you a brief reason as to where it's come from, how I got interested and all that sort of kind of, just a wee bit of background to it, because sim racing is something that is growing really, really quickly, and there's been championships for a number of years, and indeed I was involved in one of them, and well, quite a few, but I was only involved in one that actually went well. So, yeah, if you want just the abbreviated version, because guess what, I'm a gobbick, I know, the shock. But, I'll find you. There's that coyote's around here, I tell you. I keep hearing him. Oh, and just if we bring up the map, there you go. So here's the view from the other side. Species top left, and I'm the guy in the middle, sort of 5. I've only got one field, but yeah, it's quite big. So anyway, without further gibbering, which I'm quite good at, let's get back inside, fire her up. Oi, there we are. And this is the T560, I believe. I'm looking for yeah, and it's great. It's really nicely done. So I'll get her fired up. We'll have a go. Right, let's back up just a smidge, and off we tootle. There we are. And I have to admit, I love harvesting at night. I know some folk don't like it, but it's when it shows off, basically. This is when the graphic engine gets all the lighting, all the shading, dust particles, the lot, everything shown at it, thrown at it rather, and just show off. See how interesting and detailed you can be. Now, the one thing that I'm missing bits already. That's not very good. Let's just hang on a sec. Oh, mirrors! I want mirrors, adjustable mirrors. Right now, I think that's everything. Right, hang on, just going to throw the drone up. Whee! Yep, there we are. It's off handy, that wee drone. Right, there we go. So yeah, I think it puts on a great show, so I quite like doing it at night. And I have to say, and I know Species has said it, but I'm just going to echo it. This is just, I'm having a ball in here. And I know you might, when he's on, I do try and keep quiet, although to be honest I'm never entirely sure if he's recording or just wandering about for the sake of it, because getting stuff ready. But hey ho, I mean, so far every person that's been on here either has asked or I've asked them, oh wait a minute, have you got one of these? And they go, yeah. So, could you contractify me so I can, and yeah, we're helping each other out. And I was a bit dubious is what I'm getting at when they said we're going to have multiple farms, because I was probably a bit conservative, thinking, well, you have, like, I was thinking, right, well, Species will have the farm, and then he'll say, right, we're going to do this in that field, that in that field, and we're going to get cows over there, and we're going to get sheep over there, right, crack on. And that's it, we just, get going. Everybody, there's certain jobs that everybody wants, but I'm quite happy to do the less exciting jobs, so to speak, whether that be ploughing or cultivating or whatever. Quite happy, rolling the pit, that sort of thing. But no, I was a bit dubious, but it's really worked, because you do get the collaboration, but you also get the wee bit of autonomy to push it the way you want to go. Unfortunately for me, that means making a mess of it quite often, but also I have people like Sooty Farmer to pull me out of the brown smelly stuff, which he's done quite spectacularly, and indeed is the main reason that I am bucking 3 figures, thousands, because I was doing a grand job of spending money, not so hot up making it. Hang on, I don't get too carried away. Now, hopefully this is all nice and smooth, and you can actually hear what I'm saying. It's just a wee while since I did this. I have had a bit of fun and games with hardware. I'll not bore you with the details, but it's hopefully back together, and hopefully I've confused it enough so that it'll work. And I admit that's an interesting conflagration of words, but there you are. That's kind of just the way it is at the moment, but we can but try. So now that I've chewed your ear probably for about 5 minutes or 10 minutes, so wait, somebody turn the dimmer switch down a bit more. There we are. Hope everybody's in grand form. The New Year's got off to a decidedly odd start as far as I'm concerned, but that's mainly because I'm working, so hey. Other than that, it's been pretty good, and hopefully it's all heading the right way for yourselves. I'm mightily intrigued about the BGA, because I do wonder if, because it was such a hive of making money, especially multiplayer, if you got, I don't know, 3-4 people who were sort of in that frame of mind, you could go out and just silo like nuts and make a fortune very easily. 17 not so good, 15 definitely. So I'm wondering now if they're kind of neutered the BGA to push people into the farming element a bit more. Seems a bit of a harsh way of doing it, but perhaps that's what they're doing. And I've been active on the forums, but more commenting rather than actual posting. The only one that I think I might do a short little snippet is the wood. If you're doing fir trees, great. get the harvester out. Now that you've got multiple assignable buttons or modifier buttons, and those of you who've been around a wee while know what I mean there, and if you don't, well, just ask me in the comments and I will try and explain. But now that you can do modifiers, you can get the harvester, the wood harvester out. Great! Choose your length and away you go. But if you go for the deciduous or whatever, oak or whatever, beech or whatever it is, the big numb ones, so to speak, there's like a hidden gantry. Let's see, it's looking around. Hang on a sec. Right. Whoa. Record the brake speed. What? Oh, yeah. Righty, here we go. Now then, that's the ones that I'm having fun and games with, and from here it looks fine. It's just a model of a tree, and fairly standard fare as far as farm sim goes. Now let's just see if it still works. Right. Now you can't quite see it, but you see there's a difference between the model and the wireframe. And therein lies the problem, because if you go in here you can see there's the model there, and just below it those orange lines there, that's what I'm calling the support gantry. When you cut that off, and indeed that one there, when you cut it off, it then becomes attached to the trunk. Now hang on, let's just get that. And if I'm repeating myself here then apologies, but I honestly can't remember if it, where am I going? That way. Yeah, big thing, green thing, right? That's on. Whee! Yes. Very important. Start the engine first. Right. Happy? Right, there we go. So yes, that gantry, when it becomes loose at one end, that's when you start getting weird and wonderful stuff happening, and it just becomes magic. But not in a good way, as somebody put it. So I might have a word about that, but I don't see any mention on the forum at the moment. Perhaps I've missed it. I will go and have another look, and just to make sure, because I know from previous games and what have you that nothing more annoying from their point of view than double posts. You know, if the girst bugs, give us a single post and then throw everything in that single line of thread, and they stand a better chance of going, oh, we need to do this. Now, I have to say, this is the longest I've spent this end of the map in Ravenport, and I was also a bit dubious that it would be big enough for multiple people, but it's just grand. It's just grand. I look forward with interest to see where we'll land, and I'm kind of cheap. You can see by the top right there, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but City Farmer might appear. Not entirely sure where he's got to. Oh, and let's just Tuggy, Binks, come back, lads. You were here sort of briefly and vanished. Come back. There's plenty of room. But we'll see what the next map is. But it's just and Delirious and Rap Ram. As I said to Delirious, I don't know what I said to Larkman, I do come off with perhaps as being a bit cheeky now and again. Don't necessarily mean you're having a pop, but I think they get the idea. I'm just having a ball. And rather than talk to a screen, to have folk actually come back and say, well, actually no, you're talking poo, because that's great. And it still feels a bit weird when Species comes on and he replies, because I'm so used to watching the video going, really? Is that what you think? And of course she's not going to answer because it's a video. And then, dag nabbit. Yeah. And there you have it. Poop. Right, let's get you out. Right. Yeah, oh, and Binks, yeah, decontractify me, because I keep having to go through your vehicles. Which is, I suppose, a handy way of teleporting around the place. Right. Let's do that. Lights. No, really, lights. Thank you. I've only got half a train now. I had to give the other bit back. They're a bit stingy that way. I would quite be happy to keep the other 2 trailers, but no, I took them back. Wait a minute. Just checking I wasn't driving away from the combine. It wouldn't be the first time I've done that trick. So I mentioned on one of yeah, I got caught. I'm a bit of a tech head. Okay, let's just call a spade a spade. I love games, but I also appreciate the wizardry that goes on behind them, and find it absolutely fascinating. Just because it's, when you stop and think about it and you get the details, it's all a bit nuts. It really is. That big that AMD announcement. Now I'm not going to bore you with the details of it. I love the details, but I know that, as I say, I'm not normal. So the nuts and bolts of what they were talking about is a scale of 1,000th of a millimeter, which is just nuts, absolutely nuts. A nanometer. But the upshot of all that, and that's the bit I really get excited about, because most people can give a monkey's what lithography process it is. However, if you get a phone and it can do all the tricks that your phone 2 years can do, but the battery lasts twice as long, then everybody's happy about that. They don't give a monkey how it got there, they're just happy that it has. And that's kind of what they were doing. What they were doing was announcing something that has been eluding them for 2 or 3 years to get consistency with, and they pulled it off, and they're first to market, hence all the crowing and what have you, and Intel and people are going harumph and all that sort of thing, as they do. Now there is a little element of smoke and mirrors, because if they say it's an engineering sample, that just covers a multitude of ills. Am I going to get back without having to go around everything? Well, hey, yes. What? Oh, have I left that running? Pooh. Oh, and there's the ultimate insult. Look. Torque converter. Whee! And although they've animated it, they haven't given us an option to use it. Oh, that's great. Anyway, yes. Yeah, it's still me. I'm still going to rant. You're not going to off that easy. Come on. Right, hang on. I'll start it so I can turn the lights off. There we go. Superb. Yes. Well done, Giant. Well done. Right, here we go, this time. So, that's kind of it now. I will be doing, I'll be honest with you, I've kind of lost the plot with the Let's Play I was doing myself. I spent too long in here, and yeah. I've still got the game save, so if I can figure out where I was going with it, fair enough. But equally what I might do is I might go and find, now at Honeydew Farms, I love the scale of it, and I just, big is beautiful to me as far as that maps go, and that was just brilliant. Unfortunately it had 1 or 2 teething issues. Now I went and had a nosy, and it's no point me adding to, he's already aware, and it wasn't meant to be a final version. Simple as that. So that's the short version. It wasn't meant to be a final. It was a case of, look, this is what I've been working on. I put a ton of work into it. Have a play. Updates to follow. So that's fine. But I'll have a wee nosy because I've been out of circulation for a wee while. That's and especially when Species mentioned about the hardware thing, that's right up my street. So having said that, I went digging and I found exactly what you said. That's it. There's no more, no less. So if the last time is anything to go by, at this point they have an outline shape, they have a design brief. Now if you go on YouTube or Google or wherever your favourite chosen searchy thing is, the wheel that they did the last time, the concept was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. There was buttons all over the place, nicely grouped, nicely spaced, well thought out. 2 analog joysticks, which is a huge thing. There was D-pad, everything. They'd actually sat there and gone through it, and it was great. The issue with that, now I could try and be nice about it, or I could just call a spade a spade. So the issue, side take. Sorry, but yeah. I've still got the side panel. This is my, oh I don't know, 3rd, 4th, something like that. And it works brilliantly. I love it to bits. I use it for Sims. Every game I use, I have. The joystick gets used as my look. I don't use mouse look because, well, most of the time I can't get my, because I've got the wheel in front of me, the mouse is awkward to get to, so I use that. If I need a button box for main menu, pause, whatever, I use the side panel. So it's a great piece of kit, don't get me wrong, it's fantastic. Quality? Well, it's a bit like the school report, could do better. So yeah, I've now got a wee tag on Logitech, and any announcement they make I will get a wee ping and we'll see what comes of that, because that is very interesting. And yeah, it probably won't be cheap, but hey, it just means I have to do overtime or something of that ilk. But I have to say, I'm really impressed at the rate of mods that are coming through. It's quite every day I even I not Christmas, I'll give them that, you know, they weren't actually there, but pretty much every day I log on, something different has been added, whether it be an update, new mods, a whole raft of new mods. Oh, and thank you for Collision Cam, woohoo! Because that's, yeah, I love that mod. Not having to bounce my head off walls and things. That would be great. Just useful. So yeah, so there we are. Thoroughly enjoying it. Plenty of work for the next patch. There's plenty of little oopsies and little things that could be tidied up. Yeah, trees looking at you. But base game is pretty stable. Looks good, works well. We had 1 or 2 hiccups, as I think you've seen on here. That's literally all it's been. It's a matter of seconds, and I think I did it, and I know it sounded probably a bit silly, a bit jovial, but I do actually think I caused that freeze when Species was recording. Oops, sorry again, lad. Really didn't mean that, but there you are. But it seems quite sensitive to what mods you have in your folder, which is fair enough. But if that is the case, Pleasant Valley modding, whatever they are, the guy there, Dave, he came up with a wee program that could swap your mod folder, so you could have multiple. So if you did have a map like theirs, which was huge, absolutely huge, but was sensitive to mods, you had a separate folder, and they would say, this is the mods we've tested, you throw them in there and you add to that at your risk. but it doesn't interfere with anything else. And just before you start the game, you click on this little program and say, right, I want to use this map, and off you go. So I can Giants go, do you know what, that's a good idea, we'll have that. You know, it wasn't a huge mod. It was well written, but it wasn't huge. Anyway, we're not starting that one, I'll be here all night. And we all know how much fun that would be, because I can rant with the best of them. Yes, there's Species Tower over in the corner there. I know you thought I was going to say Spears Tower. You know, that is Species Tower. Periodically, there's a little man that wanders around there, and Ichabod comes over. Because when he's out on his horse, the first thing that happens is you see the horse, then you see the body of the rider, and then just the last second the head pops on. This is quite amusing. But he has managed to do, like I am just now, if you look over to the left there, and just the horse running through there, and there was one time he did it mid-afternoon. It just looked cool. Yeah, no apologies, it just looked cool. Right, well, this is kind of what's going on. Now, I think that's me in my, second, third round. But, now if I just way and slow down, throw the mod. So, you can see I've got quite a lot of this to do, and the field is all canola. It's basically a money making scheme, that's all it is at the moment. And that's really all I'm interested in, is just trying to make money and get up and running and clear off the debt, which I will do. It's taking a bit of time, but I will get there. But I'll not force you to sit here and watch me go round in circles blithering nonsense. So just in roundup, I am going to do an RF2 because it makes sense of why I've got the wheel and all the rest of it. That's what started it. So if you want just a dive in and a wee taster, that's grand. Or if you want brief, and I emphasise brief, and yeah, it's me saying brief, how I ended up with R Factor 2, then let me know in the comments. The other one I've asked before, and I will be doing Just Cause 5. I'm at the moment just seeing which bits I'm allowed to broadcast and which bits will get a copyright strike. Usually it's music, but at the start of the game there's an awful lot of set pieces. Now to me it's setting up the game, so it's part of the game, and it's not something that I'm going to claim credit for in any shape or form, so I don't see the issue. But having already had a copyright strike because I got some part of the Giants logo or Giants theme tune or something like that, and I don't know. I'm not very good with copyright, let's just put it that way. So when I hear back, we'll get going with that. And the usual, hardware is my thing really. Games are just oh, look what I could do with all this stuff that I spent a fortune on. Yes, and I'm about to distract myself again, but I'll stop there because we're out of time. Thank you very much for watching. For those of you who regularly watch, I thank you, and I hope your ears are not too sore. It's just so nice to have followers and just blithered away to you. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's just, I'm daft on gaming, and to know there's other people out there that is equally as daft as me is great. Well, almost. Right folks, going in circles, so time just went away. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one, wherever or whatever that might be. Take it easy.